Hello and greetings everyone. You've probably been wondering what's with the gap, or you don't care. I have been on a month-long journey. So, I joined this online challenge by Punisher, Mr. P, and the challenge was to like have a character look over this canopy and like see a world and like animation and cool models and whatnot. I discovered this channel about a month after the deadline. So, unfortunately I could not actually participate, but I was still able to get a copy of the template, the animation template. And with that, my journey set off. So, even though I still did not actually was able to participate, I still gave myself an exact month, 30 days, to finish it. Now, excuse me, I wasn't going to start until I had an idea of what I wanted to do, because that takes like a week and whatnot. And then I also watched all of the like best 100 models, thank you, none, to get an idea, and then I set off. First, I wanted to do Pacific Rim, because there is a very specific scene where it would be perfect. Like they're in an elevator or on a balcony kind of thing, and they're looking at their giant monster fighting machine. But someone already did that, so I wanted to be more original. And then I was like, Avatar. Specifically the Blue Monkeys. Not The Last Airbender, unfortunately. Otherwise, I might try and do that as well, because I do really enjoy 2D animation. But I wanted to try 3D animation for the very first time. So I did Avatar and like the planet Pandora. And there were like 2 to 3 scenes that I wanted to like mush together. So there was one scene where they're like flying over in a helicopter and they see the tree of the sacred tree. That's what it is. The sacred tree, and like these ribcage looking mountains over it, and that's beautiful. That's cool. And then the floating mountains, the Hallelujah Mountains. I thought those two kind of together to kind of create a depth would be fantastic. So that's what I did. I started doing that. I started modeling everything. First the tree in Nomad, right? Yeah, Nomad on my tablet. And then like the mountains and everything on Blender. Sorry, I'm getting really excited. I'm like stepping forward to the camera. Anyways. And then I was like, this movie is so cinematic, like what movies should be. So I wanted a bunch of other plants to make it like really bioluminescent, so that all of it depends on the dramatic lighting from all the plants and the trees on everything, and then like a big, well, kind of like a couple of beams together to kind of create a moonlight. And I had all of these beautiful plants and trees made in Nomad on my tablet that I was transferring to my computer, and then my computer couldn't handle it. So, long story short, I had to scrap a lot of these models I made in order for my computer to run at full capacity. Otherwise, I would be at 1 frame per second every minute. Like, it was really bad, and I just had like a few trees on one of the floating mountains, and that was too much. So I definitely had to compromise and do what I could do with more, like, try my best with dramatic lighting. Okay, and then I was like, well, the plants was kind of a majority of what I was going for. So what do I do? And then I was like, oh yeah, animation. Animation always makes everything better. No matter how bad the models are, if it moves, it looks cool. So I quickly modeled one of those banshee like flying things, as well as a human soldier, and then kind of makeshift some kind of box to kind of represent a helicopter that would follow the camera, and then like the banshee would fly next. I wanted the banshee to like look and whatnot, but the head on it was really broken, so if you moved it, bits and pieces of the head would be floating where it was, so I had to keep the head still. Everything else moved perfectly fine on the model, and whatnot. And then the human, that one was fine, but humans are hard to model, or hard to animate, so, but I did a cool motion where he looks, and then he like freaks out, and then like follows the banshee as it flies away. So it looks terrible, not gonna lie. But it was my very first one, and I blame the computer for having to compromise. So, that is what I was able to get done in a month. You are welcome, and I will continue to work on projects and get better at them. I already have a few modeling animations that I want to do after that, as well as 2D stories that I am currently working on overlapping this. Would you stop that? Thank you. So, that's it. That is everything. I have covered everything. It has been a journey. It's been a struggle. I managed to do basic things and have complex problems. Like, I don't know, I thought I was losing my mind. First, Nomad, whenever I was trying to transfer all of my models in there, they were coming out as black. Like, none of the colors that I had on them was working. And then I was like, what the heck? And YouTube didn't help, it just called me an idiot. So then I realized the layer that I used to paint, and then the actual model layer has to be joined. It has to be one singular layer. And then you can transfer it, and it's fine. Why? Second, texture painting. I had so many problems with that. Like, it wouldn't paint, the paint turned black. I don't know, I'm losing my mind. And then like, I would paint and then it would disappear and I had to find it and reapply it. But I never had any problems with the sculpting or the lighting or anything else. It was just the color. The color was so difficult. And I think that was the majority of my time, was brainstorming how to fix that, as well as just not looking at it for a while so I can come at it with new eyes. So, if and when I do get a better computer, not just like a Dell tower, I would love to come back to this project with unlimited time and build what I imagined, because my brain is an untapped oil hole. So, that is everything. Officially, I know I said that like, this is like the third time now. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.